Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Q&A. I asked you guys over on Instagram to leave me some fun questions. I wanted to answer questions that I've never really received or that I've never filmed in a Q&A before. So I'm excited for today's video. I haven't really gone through them yet, but if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, put my handle down below and I'll have it somewhere up on the screen here for you guys. But before we get into the Q&A, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and subscribe if you are new. I would love to have you. I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now let's get into it. How did you learn to be so organized and productive? Any tips or advice for a hot mess express mom? So I feel like the organization and the productivity is passed down, honestly, through generations, because my tata was very much organized and very productive, and then my mom is very much the same way, and I'm the same way too, almost to a fault. But I also think that I had my mom as an example to see how a smooth ship runs, but also it's just kind of how I function. If things are out of sorts or chaotic or messy, I tend to get anxiety, so I have to kind of keep things orderly in order for me to function better and in order for me to be happy and for my mental health. So I think that's a big part of it. But planners and to-do lists are the way that I stay on top of everything. You mentioned you wanted to be a writer. What type? Poetry, journalism, fiction? So all of the above. I went to college for creative writing. That's what I got my major in, and I loved it so much. And I think that's why I started my blog back in the day, was for me to have some sort of outlet, a creative outlet for my writing and everything. So I'm so happy to have that back in my life. I wrote poetry a lot in college. That was actually one of my primary focuses, and I love reading fiction. I would love to write a book one day. Would love to write a fiction book. I don't know what type yet. I really love thrillers and stuff, but I don't know if I could come up with a story like that. It's something that I think about a lot, and Matt's always like, when are you gonna write that book? But yeah, I love writing. It is just a part of me. Have you ever considered renting an RV and camping somewhere fun with the kiddos? I think that would be so much fun. So Matt's parents actually just got an RV that is amazing, and it just looks like such a fun little adventure mobile. So that's definitely something I would consider, but probably when the kids are a bit older, because they're still kind of little and I feel like it would just be chaos. Favorite restaurants for breakfast, then lunch, then dinner, and then a fave place to grab drinks. Okay, so I really like this one. For breakfast, I would go with Hash Kitchen. It has an amazing menu, and they have mimosa flights and an amazing Bloody Mary bar. Okay, let's go with Hash Kitchen for breakfast. And then for lunch, let's go with Diego Pops, because they have such delicious food. Their Brussels sprout nachos are amazing. It's just a really fun ambiance. And then for dinner, let's go to Culinary Dropout, because they've got these amazing pretzel balls and they've got cocktails and live music, and it's just a really, really fun place. And then for drinks, Whining Pig. Whining Pig is a wine, mostly beer bar here, and they have well, they did before COVID and everything, they have a bunch of games for everyone to play. There's Battleship, Guess Who, Trivial Pursuit. It's all spread out around the bar, so everyone's just playing games and drinking, and it's just so much fun. Okay, that is the ideal day of food. If you had to rename Jackson and Quinn, what would their names be? So truly, Jackson and Quinn were our OG names for kids, but when we got pregnant again with Quinn, we were like, should we name her Quinn? We also really liked Ava, but we stuck with Quinn because we just loved it so much. And then in case it was a boy, we had a really hard time coming up with boys' names. I really liked Hayes, and then I can't think of any other one that we really liked. Any movies you are looking forward to in 2021/2022? I don't know what movies are coming out. Are there any movies coming out with everything happening? I truly can't think of any, but I am looking forward to Loki on Disney Plus. I love Loki. I have a major crush on Loki. I'm very excited for his series. I think it's going to be so good. The previews look amazing. I cannot wait. Have you heard about the skinny jean side part emoji talk? If so, thoughts? Is it like if you wear skinny jeans and have a side part and use the laughing emoji, like you're lame or something like that? Is that what it is? Or you're old? I could give an F less what people say about that. I'm gonna wear skinny jeans probably forever, and I mean, I kind of have a middle part today, but I wear a side part and I use the laughing emoji all the time. I think whatever makes you happy, do it. It doesn't really matter what anyone else says, especially if it's just like some lame thing off of TikTok. If you could shop at one store for free, what would it be? Probably Free People. They have so many cute things, and I used to work there and I used to spend my whole paycheck on clothes, but their stuff is quality. I still have things from Free People from when I worked there 10 years ago, 11 years ago, which is crazy. So yeah, probably Free People. Would you rather read minds or predict the future? I would probably predict the future because I don't want to know what everyone's thinking, because people are mean, people are creepy. If you could do anything illegal without getting caught, what would you do? Ooh, I don't know. I don't want to do anything illegal. I mean, I don't think I've ever done anything illegal besides drinking underage, like in college. Maybe like, oh, I don't know. What could I do? What's illegal? Maybe sneak into like a concert, or like maybe sneak into a backstage concert event. Maybe. What would be your pie in the sky splurge if you won $5,000? I would travel if we were allowed to travel. I'm like itching to go somewhere. Which leads into the next question. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? I really want to go to Australia. I also really want to go to Greece. I really want to go back to Paris, and I really want to go back to London. Do you see yours or Matt's personality traits in Jax and Quinn? I see a mix of both of us. Their stubbornness is definitely from me, and their like craziness is definitely Matt. Who do you think or would want to play you and Matt in a movie about your life? Okay, so Matt sometimes gets that he looks like, oh my gosh, what is his name? Cillian Murphy. Matt gets that sometimes, that he looks like him. And then me, who I would want to play in a movie, I always get that I look like Ashley Judd. Someone at a bar once said I looked like a young Sally Field. Advice to give to girls in their 20s is probably to be more confident in who you are, and to also know that you're not going to have everything figured out. Like 20 seems old, but it's definitely not old. 20s are when I learned so much. And then also it's okay for things not to work out the way you think they are. Like, things can change. Your future is most likely not going to be like what you thought it was going to be, and that's okay. So that's probably the advice I would give to someone in their 20s. And to also not give so much of yourself to a-holes. How many hours do you sleep a night? It seems like you barely sleep with your busy schedule. So I do wake up very early for teaching VIP kid classes, but I tend to go to bed around 9. So I think I get like 7 hours of sleep. Sometimes I'll stay up later, but that's usually on like my weekend nights when I'm not teaching in the mornings. If COVID was completely over with, what's the first thing you would do? Probably travel or go to a concert. I really want to go to Disneyland. I want to take the kids to Disneyland so bad. That is something we had planned on doing this past September, so obviously it didn't work out. So I'd probably say Disneyland or a concert. First ride you'll do at Disneyland when you go. Okay, me personally, I would want to go on Space Mountain. And then if I'm thinking in terms of like the kids and what ride we would go on, probably Peter Pan. What is your Taco Bell order? Okay, this is a good one. So I love the Crunchwrap Supremes, but I love chalupas. Chalupa Supreme, please. That like outer shell is so good. But I also loved Mexican pizzas. My mom used to eat Mexican pizzas all the time when she was pregnant with me, and that got passed down to me. And now they don't have them on the menu. Like, I signed the petition for them not to take them off the menu, but they did anyways. Have you thought about getting any cosmetic procedures after having babies? So in terms of cosmetic procedures, Botox is the only thing that I have gotten, or that I do get, and I just get it in my forehead area. But in terms of anything else, I don't really have any plans to do anything. I don't want to get breast implants. Like, I actually really like small boobs, at least on me. That kind of stuff just really scares me, so no plans of anything. Do you tip 20% when you go out to eat? I do. Is that not enough? There is 20% like the norm, because I do 20%. If you got another dog, what breed would it be? Ooh, okay, so we really love golden retrievers, but they shed a lot, and like we can barely keep up with Nugget shedding right now, so I'm not really sure. When do you feel like you started making good money? I'm 22 and broke. I was 22 and broke as well. I probably didn't start making good money until I became a teacher. I taught preschool for a couple years, and that was like a salary job. It was so grown up. But I probably felt the most stable when I was a teacher. Now money's great. It's just a little more inconsistent because like campaigns can be different every month. YouTube views can be different every month. So it's just inconsistent, but I'm learning to save and budget better on like the good months and like be a little more tight on the slower months. Did you have any serious relationships before Matt? Yes, I did. Throughout college, I had 2 maybe, but none of them felt like the relationship I have with Matt. So it all worked out. My camera battery is about to die. I pretty much got to all of the new and fun questions that you guys asked me. So thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. What a way to go.